Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Sam. We got some fresh details today to talk about for the Apple credit card. One of the most interesting products Apple has ever announced, the fact that it's made out of titanium. That's pretty weird. We have some new details about how the setup process is going to work. We actually have video of what that's going to look like, and also some other minor details about the card that we've learned post-announcement that I want to share with you as well. So if you guys are excited for this or the Apple card, drop a like. Always helps me out, and hit subscribe so you stay up to date on all the latest Apple news. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm really questioning myself and where I stand in life making a video about a credit card, but here we are. We're here because Apple decided to enter the financial industry. I mean, they did that with Apple Pay, but seriously enter it with a credit card. No fees, although I did want to share this with you first. There is actually interest on this card. When I was watching this, Apple said no late fees, no early termination fees, no fees of any kind. Like, there's a screenshot like this that Apple said, we are not going to charge you anything. And I was thinking to myself, there's absolutely no way this will be a feasible product unless they're making money somehow. But as you would have guessed, old Goldman Sachs isn't going to be giving everybody an interest-free credit card, and Tim Cook and Apple aren't going to be entering into that business proposition either. There is still normal interest on this credit card. If you miss a payment, you're going to owe what you owed plus a variable, well, not super variable, but an interest rate. I think it is 13 to 24%. Apple claims it's like the lowest rates in the industry, but that is entirely standard, so I don't know why they're saying that. I read that they're going to try to push people toward the lower end of that spectrum if you qualify, but I don't think there's anything special about the interest rate. Also, Goldman Sachs, it's the partner for this card anyway, and it sounds like they're going to be very hands-off. We did learn that they're actually going to be providing the customer support for this product, so you won't be talking to Apple, you'll be talking to Goldman Sachs, which is pretty much the first of its kind for an Apple product. You always talk to Apple if it has their name on it. I should clarify and say that when you're trying to contact someone for support, you'll be doing that through like an iMessage chat interface, and I believe that's connected to Apple. But for disputes, if you say you didn't make a transaction, but the card says you did, and you know you didn't, that's when you'll be talking to Goldman. If you ever have a dispute, that's with them, and Apple really won't have any say or pull there. Now, something else super cool about the Apple card is that this is only version 1. Apple has confirmed that there are more features and things coming. I mean, who knows down the road? Maybe we would get a different material for the physical card, or Apple would change that up, improve it in some way. They have told us this is not the end. I mean, normally when you get a credit card, it stays the same pretty much forever in perpetuity, but Apple's not going to do it that way. They're going to actually change things along the way and hopefully make it better over time. Next thing that I wanted to tell you guys about this that I think you'll find interesting is that you can actually change the credit card number at any time. You can regenerate a credit card number at any time. And I think this is where you really start to see why this is a little bit different. It makes me rationalize like why I'm looking forward to this card, because it is not just literally a credit card with an Apple logo. You could argue sometimes Apple just puts their logo on things and makes it more expensive. Here there are functional advantages to it having that Apple connection, like the ability to regenerate your credit card number at any time. The example used in a great explorative article on the Apple card by TechCrunch says maybe you have to give a merchant that you don't really trust your direct credit card number. You can give them that, the transaction goes through, and you can immediately request a new credit card number. So if they ever try to run a new transaction with that old credit card number, you can get a new credit card number and not have to worry about fraud or anything. You're also going to get up to the second notifications every time a purchase is made with Apple Card, and security-wise, it's just going to be very hard to get into this card because Apple Pay randomizes your credit card numbers, you can regenerate it, and you get instant notifications whenever someone makes a purchase with your Apple Card. Now, with Apple Card, there's also no account sharing, so right now, the only straight edge way to do it is to have one card per person, and on one account, there's no like family sharing for the card, but I'm sure that's something that Apple is working on, and again, it's going to be included in something like that Apple Card V2 in the future, maybe in 2020 or 2021. So that's dope, right? It's all based on device, but a very big portion of the Apple Card is actually the physical one. You guys have seen the insane pictures. It's on the screen behind me. It's a unibody, one like sheet of metal designed card that's going to look pretty ridiculous. Next to any other credit card, obviously this one is going to feel and look and objectively be the most premium. I'm still struggling to understand how Apple's willing to give out these cards for free, but we have heard, that's another bit that I wanted to share with you, this card is not going to be paid. You don't have to pay for the physical card like you would have to do for an iPhone or an iPad. The card is going to be delivered and shipped to you for free. And where this gets even more interesting is what I really wanted to show you in this video above everything else is how you set this up. Because of course, it's not going to be like you set up a traditional Apple card. Apple's taking it one step further there too. We actually have a look at how the setup process is going to work according to 9to5Mac. So taking a look here, it's going to come in a very colorful envelope if Apple does not change this prior to the summer launch. Looks really cool. What you guys are going to do is move your device, probably has to be your iPhone here because of the NFC chip in the envelope. Move it next to that NFC chip just like this, and of course the Apple card being Apple, there's no further setup. It's going to automatically connect directly to your iPhone, and then you can continue through the setup process on your iOS device. Now the setup process is not complete yet, so it will probably be tweaked a little bit, but I did want to show you guys early, like months ahead of when the Apple card came out, this first. Like this is how you set it up. You place it right next to the card, just like you'd be setting up AirPods, only this time you're setting up a credit card. Let me know what you guys think about the setup process down below. Do you think this is something pretty cool? Does this make you more excited for the Apple card? Or are you one of those people that looks at it objectively and says, no, like the objective benefits here are pretty much one-to-one with any other credit card, and Apple's just doing this because they want one more thing that they can have you hooked into inside of that ecosystem. I'm sort of in the middle. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to the Apple card. Like on paper, guys, it's pretty much a credit card for Apple YouTubers like me. I spend a couple bucks on Apple products every year. I am absolutely excited to get 3% cash back daily on Apple products that I buy. That's really cool, and that is absolutely one of the best like cashback deals I've ever seen on Apple products. So I mean, basically save 3% on any Apple product you buy. That is hard to look past and pass up. One more thing that I want to show you just because I think it's fun on the back of the Apple card is the fact that there is some stuff on the back. Apple didn't make that super apparent. Obviously on the front, you get this random, well not random, but just very, very simple. Like if you would look at this credit card, you would know what company it came from, even if there was no logo on it. It's going to be incredibly simplistic. On the back, you do have that mag stripe on the very bottom. Interesting that Apple relocated it there rather than on the top. Of course, think different. You do have that fabulous, unprecedented Goldman Sachs logo there in the top left. And then MasterCard, the card, I guess, not the issuer because that's Goldman Sachs, but like the authorization party. They're basically making sure that the payments go from point A to point B. So it is a MasterCard credit card. And then Goldman Sachs again, nothing too crazy. That mag stripe all the way on the bottom. But that is everything that I wanted to tell you guys about the Apple card. Now, again, show me what you guys think about this down below. Show me some fire emojis if it is fire. Show me some poop emojis if you think this is the stupidest thing and feel that Apple's ever gotten into. I know people are going to make fun of me for having this credit card, but you know what, guys? They might make fun of you too, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, ask your friends who's flexing on who. You got a titanium credit card. What do they have? A girlfriend? Who needs that? Not me, because I have a titanium credit card with 1% cash back in person, which is legitimately really bad. Anyway, guys, those are all the details that I have for you in this video. If you enjoyed it, if you found it informative, drop a like down below. Hit subscribe in case you haven't already. I've been Sam. Hope you're doing well, and I'll catch you all in my next Apple Card update.